Good afternoon, deviants, skivers, truanters. This is an impromptu video, so you'll have to excuse me because I didn't have time to record a video last night or upload something for today. So I thought we'd just we'd have a little chat. I would see how many of you horrible lot are skiving off work. See how many of you are able to just click on your device whilst you're pretending to be working. We've already got George in the live chat. I'm going to go to the live chat in a minute. This is just a chance for us to have a chat. We've not done this in a while, have we? So welcome to the shed. Oh, actually, you normally don't see the view of the shed. There's a load of junk under the green screen down there. Anyway, welcome one and all. There was something that did catch my attention. I'm going to read you a little story now. It's from Claret and Hugh. And it says, could crowdfunding help the Hammers? Now, there's not been an awful lot going on in the world of West Ham. Let's be perfectly honest with you. So, this I found very, very, very interesting. And I don't. Oh, Rick, what a lovely thing to do. Rick has just donated five English pounds, not the Scottish stuff. Bless you. Thank you very much. It's a new microphone, by the way. Before I start reading you the story, can everybody hear me clearly? Can you all hear that? Do I need to shout louder? You let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna watch the chat for now. Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot of people in the chat. You are a naughty, skiving bunch of people who are clearly you're either ready to start your weekend early. Maybe you just romantics. You're taking the time off to go and get your loved one a bunch of flowers or something like that. Beautiful sound, afternoon right after. It's our time. There we go. You know, if that's working, then we're all good. Thank you for all the feedback. Right, I'll go back to the story. I'll come back to the chat once I have read this. Right, so as I say, crowdfunding. That's fun. What is funting? Funting sounds a bit dodgy, but it doesn't say that. It says, could crowdfunding help the Hammers? West Ham owners David Sullivan and David Sullivan actually says that on the article, by the way. Sean, you didn't change your article because it says West Ham owners David Sullivan and David Sullivan. Crikey, one of them is enough, isn't it? Haven't injected any cash into the club for nearly 6 years. Basically, they've been spending West Ham's cash. Says the pair injected a total of 52.5 million between 2011 and 2014. So basically, the last time they put any of their own money into the club was 2014. They've not ploughed further funds into the Hammers. 10% was put in by Trip Smith, and which was the value. Anyway, he's put in 10 million. Interest-free loan. And basically, it goes on to say, in 2018, Norwich City came up with a novel way to fund investment to upgrade their training facilities by offering bonds of 500 or more to all the Canary supporters. Not to be confused with a bond scheme at West Ham. A bond as in actually the actual meaning of the word bond. The club offered a handsome return of 5% per year on interest in these bonds, plus a further 3% of club credit to spend at the club. It goes on to say, could West Ham adopt a similar model to invest infrastructure such as training facilities? The word bond is probably unfortunate. Yeah, but we get that. With continuing criticism over the owners taking 4.25% on the interest of their 45 million outstanding loan. So the club, West Ham, still owe Golden Sullivan 45 million. They're taking 4.25% interest at the moment. And as we know, they've not put any money in since 2014. So what it's basically saying is, in order for Norwich to pay for their training ground, they got loads of fans to all stump up 500 quid as bondholders. To basically, I think what they're saying is you don't lose the £500 their bonds. They can then take them back. But the influx of cash allowed Norwich to do up their training ground. So I've read the story. I thought, well, that's interesting. Not the actual. Well, it sounds boring, doesn't it? But I think, and I'm sorry to say this, Sean, I think that's a terrible idea. And for the one very, very simple reason. So let's say we manage to get 5 million by doing this. I mean, let's just say, for argument's sake, 5 million for us to go and spend on the training grounds or whatever. I think our biggest problem with doing that, who's going to spend it? I mean, who is going to spend that 5 million? Who is going to decide, okay, well, that's going on this aspect of the training ground, that's going on this, it's going on a physiotherapy centre, it's going on scouting, it's wherever it's going. I think the problem you have with that, even if you've got £5 million, it would actually end up with David Sullivan deciding what to do with it and him spending it. And let's be fair, would you want him spending your money? Well, he already does, I guess, in that sense, because he's not put his own money in since 2014. All the money being spent at the moment is club money. It's from the TV deal. It's from season tickets. It's from that type of thing. It's all West Ham money. That's what's going on at the moment. So I think that's where it falls down. I think if there was something else in place, then absolutely great. But until we get, and this is what I think we need, by the way, I think we need a chief executive on the board, at board level, clearly. Somebody, a football-related person on the board. Maybe somebody like David Dean, who used to be chief executive at Arsenal. So I think we need one of those, and we need a director of football. And I also think the director of football has got to play a non-executive role on the board. I think if you've got that sort of structure in place, and then what you do, forget this bond thing. I'm not talking about this bond thing. I mean, it's a terrible idea, by the way. A club that earns as a turnover of 190 million a year should not be asking its fans for another 500 quid. That's for sure. I think there should just be a separate budget that is allocated from the new football-based chief executive and then given for him to spend. And he gives some of it to the director of football, and then decisions like that on the training ground are made. Because at the moment, it's an absolute farce. So anyway, there's not a lot. There's not a lot going on in the West Ham world at the moment. So that was the one story that took that caught my attention. There's other stuff. Robbie Savage says we're going down. He probably would. He'd probably say that if we were in the top four. Paul Konchesky has said that he told Jim White that basically West Ham fans shouldn't be protesting, and it's fine. Obviously, it's fine for Paul to say that, and it's fine for everybody to give their opinion. But I would suggest that Paul Konchesky is a club employee, so he's gonna say what he's told to say, quite frankly, isn't he? And there's another thing I'm just reading from Current Hugh at the moment. Hammers get boost as City await. They reckon Felipe Anderson and Andrei Yarmolenko could have a chance of making the squad for the rearranged fixture against Manchester City. I won't talk about the fixture against Manchester City. Already done it. You already know my opinion. But unless you're very new, and I'm guessing anybody watching this now who's actively skiving off work, is probably used to watching this channel, probably has seen my team, what I think would be my chosen starting 11. You'll know that Felipe Anderson is in it, and that front three of Anderson, of Antonio and Bowen. Speaking of Bowen, by the way, his old governor has basically had something to say about him. What did he say? Wasn't the most, what can I say? It wasn't the most glittering of appraisals. I don't think he was nasty. Who was it? Who said it? Adkins. Nigel Adkins. Nigel Adkins said he had an injury when I first came in. It was probably down to the accumulation of games in his first full season. He was still getting used to first team football at the time. But after that, he trained every day. A great attitude on him, out on the training ground and wanting to get better. And he was willing to listen. That's it. That's all he said. That's all he said. As I say, it wasn't particularly big. One the thing, being a pessimist, that got me was them saying he was injured. What are the chances, by the way? So you got the two guys, Sorchek and Bowen. What are the chances of either one or both getting injured before the end of the season? I reckon it's pretty high. Don't let me in the training ground is what I say. It's cursed. A gypsy cursed. Anyway, over to the chat. Ray, Robert, Hammer Down Under, Robert. I said Robert already. Two Roberts. Like two David Sullivans. There's two Roberts. So what are we saying here? Let's have a little chat. Let's see what you lot are saying. I'll go back to the start. So anyway, James Gunn's talking about fornicating with Fornals. I must have missed the context to that. Hammer Down Under says good day. And we say good day back. Is it what time is it down under? Is what we want to know. Massive fires, massive bushfires down under. Right, Australia's basically been on fire, and now it's flooded. Poor people there, I tell you. Right, Jason Moncur says, I agree we should unite behind the club, avoid the drop. Oh, sorry. And avoid the protesting for now. Jason says we should unite behind the club and avoid the protesting for now. He wants to drop the protesting. Sorry, mate. Terry Butler says Jim White is a board fan. Yes, he is, Terry. Absolutely right. So, I mean, you know, what you have there is an interview between a board employee and a board fan. So it's not, you're not going to get the most cutting edge type of stuff here. There's lots of skivers. Chris, he says he works from home, so he can skive whenever he likes. I'm not really skiving. I did finish my work for the day, and I've got the pinball engineer up at the house fixing 2 of the pinball machines, which are coming into the man cave. Very excited about that. So I've done a lot of upgrading of the pinball machine. So he's just coming to make sure he's testing all the electrical circuits. Basically, I'm all right. I'm all right doing the thick stuff, but at the moment the clever stuff needs to be done. I'm not so good. Somebody says Gold, Sullivan and Brady in. He thinks they're doing a brilliant job. I think he's trolling. I think he's having a laugh, obviously. He's fishing. Andy, what's he saying? He had to take the missus for an eye operation this morning. So he's not skiving. Oh, crikey. I hope she's well. Andy, you don't have much luck in your family, mate, do you? You've got a bad leg, if I remember rightly. Mrs. is like, well, I wish her well. We all wish her well. George says, afternoon, Gonzo. It is afternoon now, isn't it? Would you rather us be safe before the last game of the season? Have to beat Villa to stay up. Meanwhile, celebrations afterwards be 10 times better, including lots of beer. I know what you're saying. It'd be a good day, wouldn't it, if that happened, and a massive relief. That would be a crazy day. No, I'd like us safe before that. As much as the celebrations would be good, I think it'd be the sense of relief. I think we need to start planning for next season. It'd be nice to be safe with a game or 2 to go, then start planning before next season. But if you all played that game with me, you know, the prediction game, I know lots of your digs, I saw your teams, read all your comments. If you were all playing that game, you know that I certainly had us go into the last game of the season. So, yeah. Gonzo, what is your favourite poster out of that lot? Probably me Quadrophenia. But Quadrophenia, I don't know. I've got a couple more to go. The man cave is not finished, but it's like a bog out there, mate. It's like a bog out there, Ray. So the man cave still needs finishing. There's still much to be done. As I say, the pinballs are coming in. I'll do a full tour when it is all eventually completed. In fact, I've got to do a patrons video very soon with some behind the scenes stuff as well. So we'll see, mate. There's more posters, is what I was saying, Ray. I can't believe that's it. Right. Of Gold, Sullivan and Brady, shag, marry, kill. Okay, well, shag Brady, clearly. Marry David Gold, because I think he might be coming into some money sometime soon. And I've got to kill David Sullivan. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is you kill him and then you go to prison, don't you? So can we do shag, marry, slap? I don't know. Anyway, ins and outs. If we go down that is, I'll tell you what that is. I've actually done that video, George. I can't remember what it's entitled. It ain't entitled that. But if we go down, there's a lot of outs. If you know, anyone you like is going, basically. We'll be building the team around Cullen, Dean Garner, and Nathan Hollands. Pretty much, I think you'll find, my friends. I think it'll be a mass exodus. I mean, even Bowen, if we go down, has got a clause in his contracts where he goes, doesn't he? So that's it. It's 10 p.m. in Australia. There we go. It answers that. He's not skiving. What 3 football stadiums in the world would you most like to visit? The Luzhniki, the Maracana, and Upton Park. Not necessarily in that order, if you know what I mean. So it's 10 p.m. on the West Coast. Mainly, okay. So he's on the west. It's the eastern, of course, the eastern states with fires and floods, which is Sydney, is obviously on the east. Hi, Gonzo. This time of last year, there was talk of selling the club. Would you sell the club now? Mate, I'd sell the club anytime, because if I could fool somebody into believing that I was actually owned the club and I could sell it, I'll probably be getting. They'll probably say to me, "Will you take 200 million?" I say, "Yeah. Take the two. I'll be minted, wouldn't I?" But I know that's not what you mean. What you mean is, would you sell the club now? You say talk last year of selling the club. There's talk now of selling the club. There's been rumoured meetings held relatively recently. Last week, I believe. So, that's I mean, the thing is, and I do hate this saying, you've got to be careful what you wish for. Right? What we do have to keep mindful of, and I would like all three of them gone. I don't think they're very good at what they do. I think they have a record of failure. They do have some promotions, but we're not looking for promotion. This is not what West Ham is meant to be about now. West Ham, our move to the Olympic Stadium was moving us up the league and going to the next level. But they do have a record of relegations. If we go down this year, this will be their 5th relegation. It's very hard to paint a different picture of that. But what I would also say is, last time that we only have one example of these guys selling a football club, and they made a complete hash of it. I mean, they sold it to a complete wronger, really. They got in prison straight away. So for financial irregularity, I can't tell you with any certainty, but I think it might have been fraud or something like that. So which is fine, but you wouldn't sell a football club to somebody like that, would you? So my point is, I don't think you had to dig too deep under the surface to find out that was a situation with him. So I don't think they did their due diligence before selling it. I would imagine that they just sold it because the money came in. So just bear that in mind. They don't think, particularly as we're not very nice to David Sullivan. We're not very nice to David Gold. And I do think, and Tony made this point on a video relatively recently, I think if it does come to sell, he's not really going to care who he sells to. If someone gives him the money, then he'll take the money, and it might not necessarily be a great owner for us. That being said, if we get relegated, the whole thing has been a complete failure. It'll be their 2nd relegation with West Ham. I mean, the whole thing of employing a manager that's failed once and employing him then again, the whole thing, the training ground, the scouting, the purchasing of players, the selling, just the whole lot is not very good. That's a bit lukewarm, that. So much you talk too much. Drinks go cold. Happens a lot to me, as you can imagine. Steve Helson is allowed 1 day off a week. Is that today, Steve? It must be today. What's your beer of choice, Gonzo? I do like the Moretti at the moment, but I like the Cobra beer. The Indian, well, I say Indian beer. I think it's brewed in Milton Keynes, but you have it when you go and have a curry, don't you? So that's very nice. But I do like Moretti. My favourite one is the Camden Hells. The Camden Hells at the moment is my beer of choice because it's half Pilsner and half something else. And I do like a Pilsner. Oh dear, Andy. It's basically Andy says the knees knackered and the missus looks like a pirate with her eye patch. Arr, is all I can say. Hopefully she takes that in the right spirit. Steve says in a 5-3-2 formation, would Antonio be viable right wing back? Bowen can join Hilaire up top. I just think we don't need him there, mate. Well, I mean, we need pace to stretch the opposition in attacking positions. I think if we really wanted pace at right wing back, we could play Fredericks out. Our biggest problem, we've got loads of them, haven't we? One of our biggest problems is the lack of pace in the team and the lack of pace in attacking positions for us to counter-attack. So we win the ball, we sit deep. Lots of men behind the ball. We win the ball, bang, and then we go. At the point where we get the ball, or Declan Rice gets the ball, or whoever, we need people bombing and down. So Antonio is one of our fastest players. We need him at the point where we win the ball back. We need him right shoulder to shoulder with the last defender of the opposition team. So for that reason, I would say no. Andy's knee is shot. We know this. We know this. Poor old Andy. I met Andy outside the ground. Connor Matthews. Hello, Connor. How are you, mate? You direct messaged me the article from The Athletic. What, did you do that today? Oh, you messaged me the full article, did you? Thank you very much, mate. Thank you, Connor. Connor helps us, does a lot of our graphics for us. So we thank him continually for that. What else we got? How close to insolvency are West Ham United Football Club? Well, I don't think they are close to insolvency, quite frankly, because what you got to remember, it's going to be boring, by the way, but it's a no. They don't have to let us become insolvent, West Ham, okay? The owners don't have to. They have enough wealth to bail us, all right? At the very least, okay, they're going to want their money back. Now, they have earned, I don't know, whatever it is, 10, 14 million out of interest since they've been with us or something like that. But they still have 45 million pounds inside the club. When you go, I think you go into administration or something like that first, you pay your creditors a certain amount of money in the pound. So it might be 10 pence in the pound. So if it was that, then Golden Sullivan wouldn't get their 45 million back. They get 4.5 million back. Or so it just doesn't make any sense for somebody worth half a billion in gold and someone worth $1 billion in Sullivan to allow the club to go insolvent. They just wouldn't get their money back. It's much easier for them to sell the club, almost sell the club for 100 million plus the value of the loan. And they get all their money back that they put in, plus 50 million each or whatever. So I don't think we're close at all. I see what you're saying, Connor. The article had a bit more on Bowen. The trouble is with that, I'll tell you the trouble is with that Athletic, and it is excellent, Connor. I'm going to look at my direct messages. There you are. Oh, I was going to say you have to pay to read it, but I don't because Connor's done it for me. Thank you. I'm a bit of a tight ass like that. There you go. Jared had a bit of an injury. It's probably down to the accumulation of games. We covered that. He still get used to first team. But after that, he trained every day. Great attitude on him. The training ground, wanting to get better. He was willing to listen. Oh, hold on. Oh, crikey, Connor. Do you know what? If I could show you that, it's like a thin strip, if you pardon the expression. We will have to cover that another time because I can't actually zoom in on it, my friend, whilst I'm doing the old thing. The old live chat, so to speak. But thank you. I certainly will have a look at it. You lot are talking about Scousers. Ray lives in Liverpool. Ray in the chat. Afternoon, Gonzo. Were you not invited to the Collison interview? It was done via Skype, mate. It was done via Skype. It was no. Gio just does those interviews, and I know fully about it. I was fully aware of it all in the build-up, and absolutely everything. So no, I mean, that's more of a chat. You got to remember, Jack Collison has been on a preview with us. So we do the preview and we got 3 people. In an interview, you've got to have one-on-one. You've got to have one-on-one. It's not about me piping up and making a silly comment. It's for Gio to get as much information out of Jack or Dean or who's the other one? Gary Lewin, Jarvis. It's about him getting information out of him. And he's very, very good at asking questions, is Gio. I muck around too. I'm like a naughty kid in the classroom. I can't be trusted, quite frankly. Where are we? Do you like the look of Bowen, or do you think he's got a very annoying face like Nasri? Do you remember me saying that about Nasri? Nasri got a very annoying face. I think maybe because Nasri looked a little bit like Ferris Bueller. And I always fancied slapping Ferris Bueller. He's a very naughty boy. Truanting off school. Says me, skiving. Nasri had he did have an annoying face. Now you see why I wouldn't do the interview, you see. But I don't think Bowen's got an annoying face. Let me have a look. Where is he? Jared Bowen. No. 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 He's not got an annoying face. No, definitely not. Definitely. Leave your answers in the comments below. As Jared Bowen got an annoying. No, don't, because he might even. Some of the players watch this rubbish for some reason, right? And we don't want to. We don't want to put him off. He got a lovely face, very nice face, hairstyle, bit of facial hair, fantastic. All right. If he plays 10 games and doesn't score and is rubbish, then we do the thing about whether he's got an annoying face or not. I'm joking. We wouldn't even do that anyway. Chris said he wouldn't shag Brady with someone else. That's not the game, though, mate. If you wouldn't, then it means you've got to do either Sullivan or Gold. You've got to play the game, and yeah, that's the whole point. Oh my goodness, another one. Darren says Gonzo, I wouldn't touch Cam Brady's. With minorities, basically, is what he's saying. That's not the point. I'm saying I want to. I'm just saying, if you've got to do shag, marry, what's it? Kill. You got to play the game. What are you going to shag David Gold? I mean, are you? Is that what you're saying, Darren? I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. Come on. What superpower would you have? Oh, I like that, James. I often think flight. Because flight's the obvious one. Invisibility. It's got to. I mean, invisibility's got to be high up there. Mind you, yeah, I don't. This is a tough one. Maybe the ability to teleport anywhere in the world and then back again. But you have to be able to carry stuff. All right, you don't want to teleport yourself somewhere. You know what I mean? You don't want to teleport yourself. What the hell was that? Don't worry, it's actually faster. You don't want to teleport yourself into a bank vault, for instance, and then pick up the gold, and then teleport yourself out again, and then realize you can't take the gold with you. So the ability to teleport, and so it'd be more like a Star Trek thing, you know. That'd do. It's probably not a superpower. That's probably future technology. How's that for you? What would it take to be able to have a pint and a chat with you and Gio at the last game? It doesn't take anything. You just got to come down the boats. Everyone has a pint and a chat with us. We're not it's not like an exclusive thing. I'll tell you what, you'd be sorely disappointed. It's not a competition. That one. Come down the boats. We've had recently. We had Far Canal off of here. I know the name. He came and met us at the boats. It was really nice, lovely fella. Bob Collison. I've never seen Bob before. He's joined us for the last 2 or 3 games. Came down for one. Now he's part of the crew, isn't he? So a lot of the people. So particularly a lot of us off that forum just met on there, and we. Everyone's made loads and loads of mates through all this Hammers Chat stuff. Come on down, enjoy it. More than I could, honestly, more than I could even begin to start listing on there. What else we got? Harry says I'll take one for the team. He bet he reckons she's a demon in the boudoir. Bit of French, like it. Bit of culture when we're skiving off in the middle of the day. Pancake day next week. What are you having with them? Ray's having chocolate and strawberries. This could get a lot of thumbs down this video. We're going right off course here. Some people get very annoyed in the comments if you deviate from the West Ham. But this is a chat. I do so many West Ham videos. I'm not going to do a video today because I didn't have time. So what can I do? Oh, do you know what? We'll come down. We'll do a live with Gonzo. We'll have an informal chat. We'll get through the day. To answer your question, Ray, I do like a bit of maple syrup. I love a bit of maple syrup. The little chef, then I used to go little chef used to do one with cherries in. It was just like cherry jam. Very nice. Vo Cheesy has just typed the word omnipotence. Not a word I thought I'd read in the chat. Mike is here. He says, hi, gang. Like Mike does. Hi, gang. This probably wasn't a very good impression, was it? I need some floppy hair or something. Hi, gang. No. Anyway, yeah, you know how Mike says hi, gang. He's saying hi, gang now. Gonzo's going to have to start next live stream with an apology to the board. I've got an apology all set up for the board. It's done. It's done. I've written it. It's all done. It's all done. Anyway. I read this bit and it said, hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. I hope you're keeping well. For some reason, when I first scanned it, because the list goes quite quickly, I thought it said, hi, Mike. I hope you're aging well. Which he is. And keeping well as well, hopefully. Why is David Sullivan so small? I got the answer to that. Probably because his mum and dad were. Is the lack of a British core within the squad a factor in our poor performances and lack of passion and effort? There you go. That's brought it back from maple syrup and general silliness. Yes, but it doesn't mean you have to be British to have a I don't think that's the case. I mean, you look at Zabaleta, there's nothing wrong with that geezer's attitude. Let's be fair at all. Fabianski, it's not about being British, but I do think being settled in the culture is important, which Zabaleta clearly was and clearly is. I mean, if you come from a hard-working background, then you're going to knuckle down and do it. So what I wonder is how many people decide to be footballers for the money now. Do you know what I mean? I think that's going to be a bit of a thing. If you're doing it because you love football and if you love the club, then you're probably going to knuckle down when things get a little bit harder. If you want to notice the players that made it late into the game, people like Stuart Pearce, Ian Wright, Jamie Vardy, people like that who actually had a job at some point, didn't know at the age of 14 that they were going to be professional footballers, weren't millionaires at the age of 16 and stuff like that. I think that's got an awful lot to do with it. I think you have to have a really, really good mindset. So you look at Declan Rice. You read Declan Rice's interviews. Declan Rice, still at the age of 17, didn't think it was going to happen for him, which I think is a major one. He also comes from a very balanced family. He hasn't got that sense of entitlement, so he just carries on working hard. He's clearly got heart, but I think it's a lot of it's up there as well. Lukewarm tea. That's not the Hammers Chat mug, I know. Hammers Chat mug. Oh! I've got the Hammers Chat shirt on. You see it? Beautiful. These are going on sale, right? We'll be releasing news about it. What we're going to do, I think we can probably see it. It's got the microphone away. Right, we're going to release, right? We've been asked for children's ones and ladies' ones. So we weren't prepared for that. So what we're going to go back to the drawing board. So we're going to be releasing this one, a ladies' one, and a children's one. But I think what we got to do with it, because we've sourced this is good. We've washed it 2 or 3 times just to make sure we don't want it to fall apart on you when you get it. The children's one, so it's top quality, basically, really, really good quality. Ladies' one will be the same. The children's one is hard because they grow out of it, so we want to try and price it a little bit lower. The more we buy, the cheaper it gets, basically. And what we're also going to do, so we got this one. You can see just with a subtle Hammers. Then we're going to do one like this as well, but with the same sort of size, but with the Hammers Chat logo, but it's going to be in blue as well. So it'll just be with the crossed Hammers, the HC, and the little bit. So we'll be doing. So you'll get an option of what embroidery you want on there. You can probably see. Anyway, there you go. Also in the pictures, when you've seen the pictures online, these bits look white. They're not. The stripe is not white. The stripe is blue. Anyway, that's that. So, and I know loads of you have been right happy with your mugs. So, good. Quite frankly, we got more stuff coming out. Right. George says spicy food or non-spicy food depends what day. George, depends what day. Herbie's. We've got Herbie's pizza around the corner. That's hot wings. Fucking hell, hot. I do like them. Bit addictive. Hot food's addictive. That's the thing with the hot food, isn't it? Do you think Bowen will make a difference to our team enough to stay up? Enough to stay up's a tough one. As I say, I felt a lot better after we did the prediction. Everyone did the prediction fixtures. Felt a lot better after that. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be a massive asset to the squad. He's not. We need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. He's not The only two thing I would say with the two players, they both look neat and tidy enough. We still need Antonio and Anderson to remain fit because neither of the players are very quick. He's not slow. Bowen's not slow, but he's also not quick. And I just look every transfer and I think we need quick players. But look, he can finish well. He shoots early. He's got a lot to like about him, and he's gonna be a hell of an improvement from a lot of what we've got. Particularly, you look at the state of the team, and particularly the bench in recent games. I think he brings a lot to the table. How many fans we get in the championship if we were to go down? 28, 30,000, something like that. Gonzo, do you think the owners will skip City away? No. They go to. In fact, to say that, so they're probably one of the few owners that do go to all the games. To be fair, so no, I don't know. I don't think they'll miss that. Okay, you get someone's answering. Alan, I enjoyed your singing montage yesterday. You should think about extra. I didn't do any singing yesterday. I didn't do any singing. I did the Ray Winston thing. There's no singing. That was just a voiceover. Well, you were listening to it, me. If you were listening to someone singing, weren't me singing yesterday, unless you could hear me in the shower. And if you could, then I obviously left the live stream on for far longer than I initially thought. Shane liked the video yesterday. You're very welcome. I'm glad. Do you know what? It took me. I got it wrong so many times. It took me about 3.5 hours to do that video. So I was pleased people liked it because it took quite a lot. Where is Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson is injured. Coming back soon. Oh crap! Sorry. The screen went down. Right. Okay. How long did your voiceover take? Oh, there you go. I've actually that's yeah. The lyrics were easy, Jazza. Anyway, that's yeah. Funny enough, I just answered the question. I scrolled down and found he'd asked. What else we got? Would a superpower consist of getting rid of the owners? I would no. To go back to my superpower, right? If I've got the superpower to teleport anywhere, right? Instantly come back. I'm rich really, really quick, right? I'm scheming. I've got stuff going on, right? Because I'm basically the most powerful man in the world, right? At this point, if I could be anywhere in the world anytime I want and then back again, right? Then clearly, this is what I'm saying. If this is going on, then I would be rich very quickly. The owners would go because I would buy West Ham. I wouldn't have to manipulate it to get rid of them. Governments, countries would pay billions for my superpower. In fact, they would probably just tie me down and experiment on me and work out how it was done. I'd probably just be dead. I'm going to rethink the superpower at some point. What else we got? Gonzo, how many fans we get? Hold on, we've done this. Wilder or Fury? Do you know what? I really want to do a boxing video. I definitely on that. I really want to do a boxing one, but I can't just sit here on my own. I need someone who can talk a lot. Basically, love to do a boxing video, and I'll just pop it up on my little crappy little Gonzo channel. So listen, it's not gonna. It wouldn't be anything particular, but I'd really like to do that. But I've got to be honest with you, couldn't be anything because I'm not that mad. I do like boxing. I like MMA, but I don't watch every boxing bout. Do you know what I mean? I watch the high-profile fights. I've watched boxing for years and years, but I'm not an expert on it. But I do have opinions on all of that. I'd love to do. I cannot wait for that fight. I'm actually going to get up. I'm actually going to get up and watch it. I'm going to go to bed early, set the alarm, get up for that fight. Which that's what I did for the Conor McGregor fight, by the way. So Conor McGregor fight lasted about 30 seconds. I like that. He says Karen Brady. Hamid Al said Karen Brady has two annoying faces. Very good. Who's worse drunk, you or Gio? I don't know. We're both drunk. We can't tell. Where are we? Right, I'm gonna have to skedaddle in a minute. I think. Let's have a little look. Hey Gonzo, how are you? From your favourite subscriber, Phil Mackett. Phil Mackett. There he is. Naughty Phil. Cheeky. I've got a lot of naughty subscribers. Got to be honest with you. Mike is very well. So we hear. It's only 8:20 a.m. in Texas. He'll do his bunking off later. Yeah, I've been ordering a lot of stuff. A lot of my pinball parts come from that way. And you've got it's difficult. You've got the old time zones. Your email don't get answered quickly, so you've got to be around. Got to be around when they're around. You know what I mean? But all the best electronic, all the best proper electronic parts for that sort of thing, all come from the States. Okay, what do we got? You should do a YouTube comment of the week. The person who said it was for that Brady and Sullivan walking around like they rent the place. It was an excellent comment. I mean, an excellent comment. Yeah. I do often, in fact, I didn't do it on that one. I do often pin a really good comment to the top of the page. But the more we do videos, the more we do all of this, the more you lot get used to each other and interact with each other anyway, particularly in the chat. And the chat's been really good in the comments under the videos the last few days. So it's been really good. But that was a crackingly ironic. I really liked that. I really liked that. Yeah. But yeah, he said yes. He was fed up of Brady, Gold, and Sullivan walking around like they rented the place. Wonderful. Who else have we got? JPWHUTV says, hi, Gonzo. Are we still okay for later? JP, no, I've no idea what you're talking about. It's Valentine's Day. And I've got to be honest with you, mate. If that's the route you're going, it's not going to be a successful request, my friend. Gonzo, I need medical help. By finding Mr. Thong. Have you seen Mr. Thong in the chat? Look at all Mr. Thong's comments. Mr. Thong is a saucy. He's a little bit naughty. We've got many. Dave Lambourne says, did you know technically we can see a hostile takeover of West Ham? I won't bore you with a detail. How good would that be? Well, Dave, I wish you would bore me with a detail. Not on these pages, so to speak, but I would like some detail. Shag, Sully, or Roberto in goal for the next 2 seasons. Roberto in goal for the next 2 seasons. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That is just not happening, Lord Bacon. JPWH, of course, crikey, he's being prolific. You need a haircut like me, Gonzo. Listen, I don't need a haircut. My hair falls out all by itself. How cool is that? What happened to you, sir? Well, actually, by the looks of things, I think it might be happening already, mate. Right. Let's settle this once and for all, so the bickering can stop. Gonzo, do you prefer Phil Mackett or Buster Cherry? That's a tough one. I might leave that hanging for the next episode. For 5 million quid, though, Gonzo, we could definitely cover the whole of both training grounds in claret carpet. I'll let that sink in for a minute. Funnily enough, talking about claret carpet, it's my son's birthday on Sunday. And he's getting a new bed. And his old one, which was a child's bed, it was up on stilts. Anyway, he's 11. He's 11 now. The old bed's got to go. It's too young for him, so he's getting a new bed. So we cleared out his room. This evening, I'm taking apart his old bed. We're clearing it out. We're taking it down the dump and that. I'm going to carpet his room myself. There we go. It might turn out terrible, but there we go. Right, listen, folks. Oi, oi, Gonzalicious, says Stefan. Hello. Right, I'm going. I've got to go. There's talk of, I like this. The end of the chat looks juicy. The end of the chat does look very juicy because Dave Lambourne's in Dave Lambourne. Anyway, I don't know what I should say and what I shouldn't say. I will go with this. Gary Walsh, are you in support of Hammers United protest on the 29th of February? I am massively impressed with what. But yeah, sorry, the easy answer is yes. I'm massively impressed with what Hammers United are doing. I think they've done it the right way. I really like how they've got the Met Police involved, and they've kept it away from the stadium. They're not involved in it during the match. The stadium stadium operators have been notified. The way they're liaising with the Premier League, because you've got to remember Hammers United are affiliated with the Premier League, the FSB, basically. There's they're an official supporters board. The OSB that the club use are not, for instance. So I'm very impressed with what they've been doing. Boxing video with the three hammers. I wouldn't mind that at all, actually. I wouldn't mind that at all. I like those boys. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all, honestly. Maybe they watch this. They sometimes watch this, so they know where I am. They know where I am. Yeah. Actually, I like that. I like that. We've got Tom Ball. He likes a bit of boxing. Tom Ball jump on with us. Be good. Right. Anyway, what have we got? So George says that's not the real JPWH. How is it not? Well, in which, whoever it is, your hair's still going to fall out one day. I will tell you that much. And it's very confusing. We've even got one here who logs in as Hammers Chat, and I think it's Geo talking to me, and sometimes it's not. Anyway, there we go. No. Sorry. Lewis says, Gonzo, we have just signed the Chinese 16-year-old striker, way too young. See, no. You've done it wrong. What it is, it's Korean, and it's Far Chu, CHUOO, Far Chu Young. That's the gag. Gonzo, I think we'll go down. It would be ironic if we went down by a point. The point that we thought we got in Sheffield United some goals. Well, those inquests can either. Who knows? Right, you lovely people. I'm going. Thank you for joining me. There's a video up on the main channel later. Oh, crikey, I've forgotten the title now. Good video, though. Good video. Will West Ham get relegated? Was that a secret? I can't remember. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this stuff. I can never remember what I meant to say and what I'm not meant to say. We've got a video up on the main channel later. Will West Ham be relegated? And it's by opposition fans. That's going to be interesting for you. So there's some good accounts on there actually as well, to be fair. Right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for joining me in the chat. Thank you for sharing some of your Friday afternoon with me. Have a lovely Valentine's Day, and or don't. If you want to do something romantic, very nice for you. Maybe you just want to buy a box of chocolates and eat them all to yourself. Because I do think there's a certain amount of romance in treating oneself very nicely. I'm going to go and give myself a cuddle. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to end this stream now. I'm glad my microphone works. It's our time and all that. Thank you for all those lovely comments about the video yesterday, by the way. And we will see you all very, very soon. We'll be back over the weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.